So I'm here today in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and this is the first weekend, it's called the Activist Weekend. It's basically, I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the title of it is called, but it's the first of many, and we are the resistance. This is the Justice Democrats meeting. I get to finally meet Justice Democrat, the holder of the Massachusetts branch, so very excited. I'm here. I'm a little late, if I'm going to be honest, but I'm here. Hi.
You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Hey.
I'd like to talk for a second about Activist Afternoons.
Oh, please and thank you. Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Activist Afternoons, this is the first, right?
This is the first in this space.
Okay.
And Cambridge is a really cool place, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But actually, what we've found out from talking to progressive groups is that there's a real lack of space for events like this. And so what we're hoping to do is every Sunday get people together for at least 2 hours and bring in some of the many other progressive groups that are in Cambridge, like Cambridge Area Stronger Together, or Our Revolution Cambridge, and also Somerville too, Cambridge Somerville for Change is another one, and make this, make our infrastructure available to them. And so we'll be...
It's very important.
Yeah.
Because this is some of the things you just don't think about, right?
Right.
Like there's a lot of people that believe in one thing, but is there a place where we can all meet and do something about it?
Exactly.
That's very important. And
right.
something, like honestly, I never thought about it. I'm just like, okay, we'll meet up somewhere. But it's important. I mean, it's something that just doesn't just happen. You have to set it up.
So we want people to be able to just come in here
Exactly.
on a Sunday and say, I'm going to spend 2 hours doing something about, the 2018 elections or other issues.
Of course.
And they can just come in, volunteer, and leave. And similarly for these other groups, we're going to be setting up systems like texting systems and volunteer tracking systems so that we can start giving out swag. I don't know if you noticed on the table there, we've got all this swag,
I'm liking what I'm seeing. I might take it. I might get myself a few. That's
right.
nice.
So, people are going to be able to win, by volunteering more, they're going to be able to qualify for more and more swag. Mm-hmm. And some of Bernie's books and Zach Exley's Rules for Revolutionaries, and we'll find some other books. And so it's going to be a kind of its own thing in terms of having people bring their projects, and we'll make it happen.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thanks.
I really, really do. So I hope you guys just saw. You guys must have just heard a whole lot about what Activist Sundays are. So this is one of many, but this is the first at this location, the Cambridge location here in Boston, Massachusetts. And I am super, super excited to be here. I am very happy to be here. I think it's amazing that I am a part of the situation. It's a very beautiful, in fact, one of the most beautiful facilities I've ever been in. I worked in the past for Environment Massachusetts. And no, we were like in the basement of some random church. This is like a Facebook office. This is like gorgeous. And we're doing actual activist work. So, Liam, how are you?
I'm good.
Wonderful. So thank you very much. First, real quick, I know you as Justice Democrat Massachusetts on Instagram. I'm not going to lie. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you in person today.
Yeah, you too, man.
And like I said, the only reason I'm here today is because of you. I heard about it from you. I heard it from your Instagram, which I think you're doing an absolute amazing job with. So just tell me, how did you hear about Justice Democrats, and why did you decide to come here today?
So I initially heard about it through independent media, watching shows like Kyle Kalinski's podcast, like Jimmy Dore, like Mike Figueredo's show. And I initially got involved back in January, probably when we first set up Justice Democrats. And from there on out, I started running my, that social media page, Justice Democrats MA.
Real quick, did someone like reach out to you? Did you have to apply for anything, or was that just on your decision?
So somebody else had initially started that page, and then they passed it down to me when they when they had other personal stuff conflicting with that. So they said, this guy seems somewhat active and somewhat intelligent. So they passed it down to me. And since back then it had around 300 followers. Now we've grown to almost 1,800. So,
My goodness.
so that's great.
I'm one of those followers, just to let you know. But good, that's amazing.
My name is Devin, and by day I am a therapist for homeless adolescents, and at night I do a lot of work for not just Brand New Congress or Justice Democrats, but organizations like Corporate Accountability International, which is focused on stopping corporate abuse, like Voter Choice Massachusetts, which is focused on getting ranked choice voting, or a variety of climate action groups. So the appeal of Justice Democrats and Brand New Congress is that in order to make real headway on these issues, we need kind of a changing of the guard as far as who's in charge of deciding our legislation. So those are groups that are endorsing, supporting, and giving power to candidates that are really for the people on issues and not for corporate interests. The importance there is that the people on issues are, in our interests. So climate policy that's in our interest, education policy, income inequality that's in our interest.
And the whole point is no corporate money, no big money. It's all funded by the people so that there's no conflict of interest between any sort of political donors or the public interest or the public good. So the natural incentive for our candidates is that they actually help the people that vote for them, because that's where they're getting their money from and that's where they're getting their support from.
Yes, which I mean, there is no better description of democracy than what you just said.
Yeah.
I would say what's evolved for me is my understanding of kind of who is responsible and where do you go. I think growing up, I always felt drawn towards an anger at general injustice in the world. I have a background where myself, people in my family have been homeless. I've gone through a great deal of hardship, and that instilled early on that I really wanted to make the world a better place and not have people kind of in that position. When I was younger, I think the idealized version of that was what you said, the Democratic Party. And then getting older, and especially the awakening a lot of us have gone through with Bernie Sanders' recent presidential campaign, is seeing that even, an establishment that you might assume is kind of the foundation for where the fight should be, is sometimes working against you.
And I think it's exciting. It's super exciting. Like, of course, it's like there's not many of us. I'm gonna take a group picture at the end, hopefully, but there's not many of us, and I really, really do believe that as we grow, as the word gets out, it's going to be important and it's going to be kind of great. Good things are coming this way. Good things are coming our way, and that's just a fact. It's just a fact.